Gonna share the screen again. Awesome, awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, so today we'll be talking about belief and faith. It's like the, you know what Luke Comina said, everything is possible when you believe. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love this quote. It's by Oprah Winfrey. So what really Oprah said about belief, she said, you become what you believe, not what you wish or want, but what you truly believe. Wherever you are in life, look at your beliefs, they put you there. And it's true, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, our beliefs, whatever, you know, when I reflect back, everything that I believe, it really what really puts me, you know, in this position right now. So belief is the biggest source of where we're going in life to. So what really belief, the definition of belief. So to think that something is true, correct, or real. Okay, so it's not something that is definite truth, it's you think it's the truth. Most of the time, it's, you know, we believe in stuff that is not even true. And the other, you know, what really David said is accept that something is true, especially without proof. So there is no proof of it. There is no proof. So you've just got to be, you just got to believe. There is no actual physical proof. So belief. Okay, most of people, this is like connect to the, I don't know, to religious, but when here we're talking about the belief that we've been putting in, you know, since like we were childhood, since, you know, things that we believe that we don't know the source of it, we just believe without anything. So most of our belief, ladies and gentlemen, if, you know, believe it or not, has been implanted in us. You know, let's talk about me, you know, from things that we said to you or things you have heard. There is no physical proof of that. And let me give you a small example of it. It's still talking about me. When I was young, my family implanted on me that women cannot do anything. I mean, like their only job is to look after, you know, get married and look after their kids and, you know, look after their house. That's it. That is what really the belief they put to me. Can it be changed? Yes, it can be changed. And it has changed. It has changed. Now, how you can change it? By identifying your limiting belief. And this can be done, ladies and gentlemen, by taking inventory, which is self-evaluation. Believe it or not, most of the time we think of self-evaluation in terms of physical. What we can see in the mirror. But you have to be able to reflect on how you think in a day-to-day basis, how you feel, and how the situation in your life makes you feel, and how you react to them. How you believe you make other people around you feel. It can, you know, it can be challenging. It can be very challenging for people who may not have that, you know, have been asked to do this before. It can be hard to face an aspect of yourself that is not positive. Believe it or not, it's not easy. It's not easy. But in order to create change and identify the things that are holding you back, you have got to take inventory of your limiting belief. And you've got to understand the source of it that must be done. You have to go to the root. It's like a tree. You have to dig deep to find the source of it. That's how you can, how you can elevate. That's how you can grow. One of the biggest handles in identifying the limiting belief is nothing, is something you have taken to be truth in your life. When you peel, the layers and discover that it's not true, my God, it can be like frustrating. These false truths can be difficult because they have become a hard wire into your psyche because you believed in it for so long, and now for suddenly you want to come back, step back, and do a self-inventory, self-reflection, identifying the roots. It can be tough. It takes you a mental fortitude to be brave and to identify and call it out and label it as what it is. That is something that is really limiting you. I do this. I'm not saying I do it in a daily basis, but I do this. And last year, I have took a serious self-inventory, ladies and gentlemen. In order to, to move forward, in order in our life to, to get to the next level, you have got to identify that root. You've got to identify what really is stopping you. You only know the things that really stopping you. You can lie to everyone. You can lie to everyone, but you cannot lie to yourself. Sit down, get pen and paper, write down what really holding you back. The belief that, you had it since maybe the childhood. Write it, identify it, dig deep to get to the source of it. If you get to the source of it, that's how you will start to change. And things will start to change, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this belief in your ability to have your desire and being attached to the feeling of not having it is the source of any failure you perceive. That's what really David said. That's why we have to dig deep. That's why we've got to know the roots so we can build that belief, change it, get, into the roots and, and decide it or be willing or having that, feeling and start believing in something else, something that we know is going to take us forward. Once you believe, ladies and gentlemen, when you successfully believe in your goals, you actually open up your reality to opportunities you didn't realize you had before. That's why we've got to take self-inventory, ladies and gentlemen. We have to do self-reflection. Sometimes it's okay. You can, if you don't want to write it down, you can talk, to yourself. That's what I do all the time, ladies and gentlemen. I can be like a crazy person, but I'm crazy. Well, yeah, but I talk to myself all the time. If I want to empower myself, I talk to myself. If I want to criticize myself, I talk to myself. It can be hard to criticize yourself. It can be hard to identify the negative part of you. Get pen and paper, list down what really the positive thing about you and the negative thing about you. Say, yes, you're nice, you are like caring, loving. Are you short-tempered? Are you stubborn? When I mean stubborn, not like in a good way, like in a bad way, because I used to be stubborn. Everything that I say, it has to, is correct. But I had to move that into the right direction, into the positive side. We have to do that. I do that regularly, ladies and gentlemen. I do it regularly, believe it or not. Now, faith. Let's talk about faith. What Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole stage. And what really David said, okay, just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. And what really David said, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Faith is what really given to you by God. Okay, it does not operate on what you see in your eyes. It goes beyond what you can physically see. Let's talk also about myself. My faith, I believe in God. I am Muslim. My faith is my religion is different. I haven't seen God. I haven't seen the prophet. I haven't, but my faith was there. I never seen it. It's not physically seen. It's something that goes beyond what you can see. It's about hearing. Believe it or not, hearing is the more important than actually see it, because it affects your inner thoughts and dialogue. Have you ever heard of something and it keeps not just seeing, just hearing, something that is really bothering you, and it keeps, inside you, and you keep thinking about it, and you keep having that dialogue inside you? It can be annoying. It absolutely can be annoying. That's why hearing is more important. It's very important. What do we hear on a day-to-day basis? Do we hear positive things or negative things? What you can hear can create imagery in your mind. So you started to, create the image, started to see it. It's like, you visualize it, you envision it. So when you hear something, you envision it in your mind eyes, not in your physical eyes, your mind eyes, and relate to it with your given experience. My goodness. I'm just gonna ask right now, it's a rhetorical question, okay? And you guys have to think about these questions in a really serious way, because these questions, the answers of these questions, whether or positive or negative or whatever it is, it's important. It's very important to realize what's going on around us. But it's also important is how we react to what's going on around us. With the global crisis happening right now in the world, have you turned your faith on? Have you turned to faith or doubt? COVID, the pandemic. Do you have faith it's gonna go? It's just temporary thing, or you still doubting? No, it's absolutely, and you're still talking about it every single day. When the pandemic hit, ladies and gentlemen, yes, at the beginning, I was starting talking about it. But then I realized that for me, there is nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is myself. I cannot control what's going on, around me. The only thing I can control, it's me. My attitude, the activity. So do you. You cannot control everything that is going on around you. Are you relying on natural things you can see in the news headlines? Because this have a huge effect, ladies and gentlemen. Mentally and physically, believe me. Watching news, especially like depressing news. Do you rely on it? Who knows? Are you hanging on to the total amount of money in your bank account right now? You say, no, I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get into, into the events. I'm not going to do that. It's because of my money. So what do you do right now? Do you have faith in what you're actually doing? It's going to give you the end result that you really want. Are you making decisions and taking actions based on what you can see with your eyes, or are you operating from a place beyond the doubt into unseen? Now let's talk about the business side. What do you desire that you are not seeing in your life in this very moment? Are you believing what you can see, or do you have faith in unseen? Do you have faith that what you really desire, what you really want, is going to happen? Eventually, it's going to happen. Do you have faith that everything will work out despite the circumstances? You are being watched over, despite what's going on around you, despite what's going on. Do you have faith that everything will work out at the end? Are you operating in a faith right now? Think about these questions, ladies and gentlemen. Consider faith with planting a seed. Once the seed has been placed in the ground and covered with dirt, you have faith that it will grow. You know what the end result will look like. You don't go and dig, dig again and, take all the thing out, see, oh, is it growing? Is it growing? You have the faith in the process. You know that. So why don't we apply the same faith to your dreams? That whatever we want right now, or whatever we want, eventually is going to happen. Have that faith. Believe in the process. Believe it or not, faith without work is dead. You must show up in your life. Take action. Engage in a cause. Join all the calls that our leaders do. You have to take action as an act of faith, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just show up because, yes, my leader asked me to show up. Yes, I know that's really good, but show up because you want to show up. There is something there that you want. Have that faith. Have the faith in what you do. Get up and take action. I'm doing that. I'm not gonna sit down here and say to you, yes, talk to you about things that I'm not currently doing. I am doing it. And I'm doing it in a day-to-day basis. Do you guys, the calls that we do, like campfire, for example, we do it once a week. Do you guys show up? I want you guys to remember, okay, everything are possible. Everything are possible if we believe. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you guys get a value from today's call. And yeah, there is only 5 minutes. Is anyone got any question? And then that is quiet. It's absolutely quiet. I like the silence. All right, okay. So I'm gonna kind of like give you a homework today. Okay. So we talked about the self-inventory. Okay. Sit down today, okay, with yourself, okay, in a dark place, not very dark, a little bit of light, and think deeply about what really stopping, and write it down and try and find the root of it. Believe me, when you do that, it's annoying. I'm going to tell you right now, it's annoying. You're going to get frustrated. Your ego might comes on the way. But once you do it, once you've done it and you put it on a paper, my God, you will start to seeing things from different perspective. So I hope you guys do that. So ladies and gentlemen, so I am done for today. Tomorrow, Rajpal will be back as normal. And yes, so I'm going to do with the morning dedication, with Rajpal from now on. So from the time to time. So with that being said, have an amazing day. And I know most of you like in a different part of the world. Have a great day, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.